Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Dananu, aka the man with the most, biggest, and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And with this episode of Real Anime Talk, we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia in the current season that's going on. And I feel that it's just not as impactful, or that it's not as good as the previous seasons of the show. The inspirational moments that they've been having, moments that like when Deku was learning his abilities, or when All Might was, fighting Nomu or fighting other people, or doing those real epic fight scene moments. I just feel that they're not there this season. I don't know if it's because of the story, or if it's because of maybe this has a lot of filler content in it. I mean, it doesn't seem like filler, but maybe as far as how the story goes, maybe this is like a chunk in the story where not a whole lot happens. So, I mean, I don't want to say it's filler, but maybe it's just a part of the story, but it's just like a low part in the story, because maybe next season or something else, there's something a little bit bigger. But so far, it just seems kind of just, I'm not going to say bland, because, it's still good. I still like it and things like that, but it's just doesn't seem as good. Like, I've seen a lot of the fight scenes with Deku, and I think his name is Muscular. Don't quote me. I mean, I don't read the manga, and the bad guys of the show don't really have memorable names all that much, at least to me anyway. And I know this isn't my first shonen anime, so it all kind of blends together when you get my age. But when he fought the muscle guy, I was expecting something badass, and what I saw was okay. It was, I guess, kind of inspirational, I guess you can say, of not giving up, or something like that. But then when he pulled out what was it, the Detroit Smash, or whatever it was like, he just kind of knocked him into a wall, and that was it. I was expecting it to be like, because every other time when he does something, or like when All Might does something, it's like over the top, right? It seems like with this one, maybe it's not low or bad, but maybe it's less over the top, and maybe that's what I'm missing out of this season. And it's not, like I said, it's not bad. I mean, it's still just more of the same, but it's just not, something is missing. Or at least in my eyes. Maybe I'm the only person on YouTube or on the internet that thinks that, but I think something is missing, or something changed between the last season and this season. Like, I know I'm not up to date with the episodes. I've seen, I think it was the episode where I left off is the episode where, I guess after All Might's big fight, they move all the students into like a dorm. That was the episode I stopped watching on. So I know they're like a few episodes past that, and I gotta catch up, and maybe some more hot shit happens then, I don't know. But even with All Might's fight with what's the guy's name, One For All, I thought that was gonna be the episode. I was like, alright, well, here we go, we about to see some shit, it's about to go down. And it's just, even with that, it just wasn't as good as I was hoping it to be. And maybe that's my fault, but because they always say hype is the person's, fault or whatever. But One For All was something that I thought was going to be, at least in the, at least when they fought him, I thought it was going to be like the big part of the show, because it was so, like, that's what tied into everything. That was like All Might's reason for training Deku, giving him powers, trying to build him up to take his place, things like that. And he was the one who messed up All Might, and it was a lot going into that, right? So I figured, I was like, okay, well, that's gonna be like the point of the season, is when they fight One For All. And maybe he's not dead, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't watched a lot of the newer stuff, but I know where that episode left off. He was telling All Might about how, the guy with the hands was the son of the person who trained All Might, or something like that. So it seems to me, at least from watching that maybe that may be like the point of like the end of the season, where like, Deku has to fight him, like just like the younger generation going at it. And I don't have no problem with that, but does he even do anything? I remember when he was at the what was it, last season or the first season, where they attacked him when they were training and everything, and he was like the tactician. He was the mastermind behind the bad guys' plan. But I don't recall him like out fighting anybody or doing anything like that. But like I said, it's been like probably like a year or two since I've seen that. But I don't recall him having powers besides just being like super creepy and having, you know, emotional issues. Like, you know, so I guess he's human. That's his superpower, is that he's a normal human. But like I said, it's just something seems off this season. I don't know if things over in Japan, maybe the studio don't have enough money to draw those over the top fight scenes and things like that anymore. Maybe they got to scale back, or maybe it's just that's how the story is. You know, that's how they written it in the manga and things like that. I don't know. It's something is off. Something just doesn't feel the same with the show, and it's not nothing with the characters. The characters are all fine. They're all just fine. The art is still up to par. That's still good. It's just maybe they're trying to tone down the show from what it was. Because I know with the earlier seasons, it was kind of like when it came to some of the stuff you saw, it reminded me of like One Punch Man. And maybe they're trying to distance themselves from that to where maybe they don't want to pigeonhole themselves into like, okay, this is a flashy anime. You know, where it's like people only watch for those moments, kind of like One Punch Man. But maybe they're trying to get away from that and focus more on the writing. If that's the case, then that's just fine. I mean, I prefer better writing because that's going to give me a better product at the end of the day. But it just seems like things are toned down. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on it and you know, things like that. Nothing too serious. I know I'm trying to think of different commentary topics, and I was like, you know what, let me talk about this here because this is something I've been feeling for a long time. Ever since I started watching the newer season, because I think I binged watched all of the episodes. I didn't like, I don't watch it weekly. I watch it. I think when One for All came out, the episode where All Might fought him, I think I binged watched 3 or 4 episodes before that, everything back to the beginning of the season. I want to say like 2 or 3 months before, and then when that came out, I was like, okay, I started seeing clips of that, so I was like, okay, they're at that point yet. So then I binge watched, up until that point, and I got to the episode after that. But I don't know. I mean, it's just like I said, it's not bad. I just hope it gets better because I know when it comes to My Hero Academia, it's like the only thing that I'm pumped for when I watch. Like, I got to get back into anime. Like, I've never fell out of grace with it, but to me, anime is like rap music, and how I feel about it now. It's like I grew up with it. I still love it. It's a part of my life. I got anime tattoos. It's all over my walls, as you guys can see in my webcams and stuff. But it's not. I don't keep up with it, with the current stuff. I kind of fell out of it when Naruto had that year of filler, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm done with this. That kind of turned me off of Naruto, and I never came back since. And I've been falling out of grace with a lot of the newer stuff. I'm trying to catch back up, so I've been watching a lot of other animes and stuff, not mainstream stuff, but other animes like I forget. I really like this one. I forget what the name is. It's some German word, but it's about like this lady and her group of mercenaries, and they go around the world kicking ass and stuff like that. But I've been watching stuff like that, so I'm trying to get back into the mainstream stuff, and that's what what got me talking about My Hero Academia today. But like I said, I mean, I don't know if it's because they have their reasons why the show just feels different, but something just feels different at the end of the day to me when I watch it, and I don't know if it's just me or like I said, if they're going through some things over there and maybe they're just trying to tone things back. But I'm hoping they figure it out. I'm hoping they find what's missing or whatever's causing them to change things. I hope they change it back, because to me the show just doesn't feel the same. It's not as impactful as it was. Those moments that at least I get from watching it, they don't seem to be as much in this season. So it's like when I see it, it's like it's okay. Like when like I said before, when All Might fought One for All, I thought that they were gonna like decimate that part of town. I thought things were gonna get truly messed up, and didn't nothing really happen in the fight besides All Might punched him a few times, or One for All, stealing other people's abilities to dodge like All Might's punches and things like that. So it just wasn't as it wasn't a spectacle, or it wasn't the spectacle I thought it was. I mean, it was something. Don't get me wrong. It was decent. It was okay, but it just wasn't on the scale that I thought that was gonna be. And maybe they're saving that for Deku's fight with the hand guy. Maybe that's the end game. Like I said before, maybe they're trying to promote him instead of All Might, because if the story's about him, which it is, you don't want to build up that character, and then have All Might overshadow him. If the story's about Deku, then he has to be the one to take over that. And I guess that was the point of that episode, was Deku was like, okay, now it's my turn to step up, as it were. And maybe they're trying to, maybe that's the direction they want to do. So maybe they're like, okay, let's not make All Might, let's not blow our load this early in the season. Let's save it for the end with Deku and whoever he has to fight. So maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I'm just feeling this type of way because I haven't seen what they have planned for us later. So maybe that's the case too. But anyways, fellas, that's just my thoughts on the current season here. I may make another video like this, and a few more videos like this actually, where I just talk about different animes and stuff, not necessarily like reviews of an anime or like a first impressions, but just me just talking about earlier experiences with anime, or just me just talking about whatever I'm watching, when it comes to anime related and things like that. So if you guys want to see more like this, let me know down in the comments below. Or if you want to, suggest anime to me, maybe you guys seen something that I haven't seen, just let me know down in the comments as well. So my name is Denanu, aka the man with the most, biggest, and the most blackest privilege on YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.